Welcome back to another episode of the American Power Hour. I'm your host, Nick Metcalf, and I'm joined here today by the gorgeous, the beautiful Mackenzie. She is in the prime spot today for the Kenzie Cam. Look at her. Today is Friday, March 13th. Happy Friday to everyone out there. In case you ever miss any parts of this live, you can always go to the American Power Hour YouTube, Facebook, or Rumble. Thank you to each and every one of y'all for all the support. Every subscription, every follow, every comment, every like. I really do appreciate it. Helps me keep the lights on here. So thank you. Thank you to everyone. Pizza Hut came. What's up, Dave? Happy Friday. Dave X54. Pizza Hut redid their hand-tossed pizza, so I got that. And this right here is a untouched brownie. An untouched triple chocolate Hershey brownie. Oh, it smells so good, too. It smells so good. I totally forgot to throw it in with my review of the new hand-tossed pizza. I'll show you guys. Pizza Hut redid their hand-tossed pizza. They wanted to be more like Domino's. They saw how Domino's had the garlicky crust, a little Parmesan-y, garlicky, herby, and they were like, hey, we're going to do that. They call it the Hut Favorite Seasoning. Back in the day, they used to have the Hut Favorite Seasoning available for every pizza. They also had different flavorings like Cajun, or garlic parm, whatever the different flavorings were. They brought back the Hut Favorite, and it's lackluster. This is what we're working with here on the crust. It doesn't look much different at all, actually. This is what the backside's working with. Extremely white. Needs a trip to Barbados, dude. That's what this pizza needs. So I was excited that they brought back the Hut Favorite Seasoning, but you can only get it on the hand-tossed pizza. I love their pan pizza. And I've been saying for the longest time, they got to bring back the seasoning for the pan pizza crust. They didn't. You can only get the seasoning on the hand-tossed pizza. So another half-assed attempt by Pizza Hut to try their best to get some of their audience back. And that's exactly what I said in the review. So I'll probably post the review today, most likely. I also went to Carl's Jr. Not Carl's Jr., Hardee's. Same shit. The yellow star. What's it, a French fry now? I thought it was a star. Okay. It's still a star. It's a French fry on the side now, apparently. Dude. So I went to Hardee's, right, obviously, and I get my order. Here's the thing. I walk in. It's a pickup order, right? I walk in, and I go, hey, I'm here to pick up my order, you know? And the guy goes, oh, okay, hold on. So he goes and grabs the bag, and he's looking at the receipt. And he's looking inside the bag. And he's like double checking it. And he's taking like a long time looking through everything and looking in the bag. I'm like, oh, he's really like dotting his I's, crossing his T's. This guy's killing it. So he hands me the food. I go, all set? He goes, all set. I go, awesome. Thank you so much. I go out to my truck. There's no fries in the bag. There's no fries in the bag. What's up, Christy? How you doing today? Have a good stream. Michael is off, so we're going bowling. Happy Friday. Hey, good luck with the bowling. Tell Michael and the fam I said hello. Hope you get a couple of spares. Maybe a couple strikes, right? That would be good. Not like baseball. That'd be bad. But striking bowling's good. So yeah, I get out to my truck, and there's no fries in the bag. And so now I'm in a position where I have to walk back into the Hardee's and I go, hey, you guys didn't put the fries in the bag, you know? So I walk back in and I go, hey, I think the fries were missing from the bag. And the different guy goes, "Oh, so sorry about that." You know, he takes a little look at the receipt and he gives me like a large fry instead of the medium, which is what was on the receipt. So I was very appreciative. I said, "Oh, thank you so much. You know, I appreciate that." And I walked back out. I told him, I was like, the other guy looked in the bag and he like quadruple checked it. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe it was a reading error of some sort. So I get back out to my truck. And now I have my French fries in the bag, and I pull the French fries out, and I start to pull the other stuff out. I got three different sauces. I was very excited to try the Duke's honey mustard barbecue. I was very excited to try the honey racha dipping sauce because I got chicken tenders, hand-breaded chicken tenders. Those two sauces, not in the bag. Not in the bag. I got different sauces, apparently. They gave me a ranch and a honey mustard. Two sauces that I didn't order. So at this point now, I'm like, wow. So not only they messed up the fries, they messed up the sauces too. And I'm like, this is so stereotypical. And then I go there to review the new barbecue pulled pork Frisco burger. And I ordered it with the brioche bun. It's an upcharge, like a 50-cent upcharge for the brioche bun. Instead of the white bread, it comes on white bread for a burger. Who the hell wants a burger on a piece of white bread? So I was like, okay, I'm doing a review. I'll get the good bun. You know, I'll tell people in the review I upgraded the bun. And I open the sandwich, and it's on white bread. And I'm checking the receipt, and I'm like, okay, the fries are right here on the receipt. They messed that up. The two sauces are also right here on the receipt. They messed that up. The bun, the upgraded bun, is also on the receipt as well. So this dude was staring at the receipt, looking in the bag. Yeah, you're all set, buddy. Oh, thanks. 3 things messed up on a single order from Hardee's. Dave said, I haven't had Hardee's in years. Local one closed a while ago. When I was out in California, it was Carl's Jr., and it was good, depending on, you know, the employees and whatnot. But it was pretty good. And for whatever reason, the Hardee's around here, I said it in my review, I was like, I can't tell if these employees, like, can't read. It was dead in there. There wasn't a single person sitting in the lobby. There was nobody in there. One other person picking up food. So I don't know what the deal is, but this just ties back to like the robot. Once the robots are here, like fast food will improve. Fast food will improve once the AI robots take all these people's jobs. Because I don't know if they can't read. I don't know if it's just like pure incompetence or whatever it may be. But it seems to be a trend with fast food places and a lot in this area for whatever reason. So that was my little rant on the reviews that I did today. 2 reviews. What's up? Don Trell. Shout out to Don Trell Ferguson. They closed all the Hardee's up here in Wyoming and Montana. Damn. Dave said, come on, robots, LOL. Yeah, they most likely going to be robots soon. So what do we have on the schedule today? There's not too much like news stuff concerned besides this huge story about Bigfoot. Bigfoot is in Ohio. There has been 8, I repeat, 8 sightings of Bigfoot in a county, a small county in Ohio. 8 from different people. And apparently these are like the reports that they're getting in pretty serious. I'll show y'all the news video because it's all over like local news in Ohio right now. Pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and cue up this video here.
I don't know if you've heard of the multiple reports. Northeast Ohio is on Bigfoot watch with at least 6 encounters reported in just 5 days. And that's the latest update from the Bigfoot Society itself.
Now, most of these sightings are coming from the Portage County area near Manaway Center, Garrettsville, and the surrounding wooded trails.
This is file footage that we're going to show you here.
Okay, so let me just, well, I just rewinded it a little bit here. So as you can see, there's a sighting here, sighting here, sighting here. It's like almost like if this was a circle, if the arrows were like in a circle, it'd be a little bit more suspect. But the fact that it's kind of like following a line, and this was two, that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this one has 7 sightings. There's been one more as well added to this. They're about to play some footage here. These people did 0 research. And then I realized, once I saw this footage here, I realized that these people have no idea what they're talking about because they think that like this footage is new. The footage that they're about to show is the Patterson-Gimlin footage from like 1980 or whatever the hell it was. It's like the original quote-unquote Bigfoot footage. And they like don't know. They're like, it might be AI with, AI nowadays. It's like, no, this from the 1980s. So
Center, Garrettsville, and the surrounding wooded trails.
This is file footage that we're going to show you here. Witnesses say they have seen large, dark, human-like figures, much like these, moving quickly through the woods. Now, no clear evidence has emerged to confirm the encounters, but the frequency has certainly grabbed an awful lot of attention online, not just here in Ohio, but even nationwide.
That video looks a little shady to me in this day.
That video looks a little shady to me in this day and age, she says. Well, it's from the 1980s, so it's not it's not what you think it is.
Of sharp-eyed people looking for AI.
Well, it's file
Sharp-eyed people looking for AI. Yeah, you're real sharp, lady.
footage. We don't know how
It
old
is
it
file
is, right?
footage. We don't know how they've
Simpler
tinkered
times.
with it. Yes. Yes, but our very...
You heard the people in the back. The people in the back had to yell at them, "It's the Robert Patterson film." Let's catch that again. That was funny. This guy's like, oh shit. This woman had no idea.
Looking for AI.
Well, it's file footage. We don't know how
It
old
is
it
file
is, right?
footage. We don't know how they've
Simpler
tinkered
times.
with it. Yes. Yes, but
It's the Patterson film, he says. She doesn't know what that is. They have no idea what that is. They just showed a clip. They have no idea what it is. I couldn't imagine being like a news person like this, like having like 0 knowledge, and you have to cover all these topics, and you're just like trusting whatever the teleprompter says. And then when you have to like riff and go off your own knowledge, you just completely miss the mark on it.
our very own Sasquatch spotter himself, Mike Polk Jr., joins us with the latest. You were put on this story today.
Exciting times. It's the hottest story, so they sent their lead reporter, and I understand. Thanks. As you can imagine, all the social media buzz had me heading out on my town to find and hunt for answers. And as it turns out, Ohio has some surprising claims to fame when it comes to state rankings. We're #1 at producing rubber and plastics. We rank 4th in tomato production, 5th in soybeans, and boast the most haunted houses of any state in the union. Take that, Pennsylvania. But here's one you might not expect. Ohio is 4th in the nation for reported Bigfoot sightings, just behind Washington, California, and Florida. And based on last week's flurry of local reports, Florida might want to step up its Yeti game, or the Buckeye State could be coming for that bronze. So why is this concentration of sightings happening right here, right now? What's behind this Sasquatch surge, and how concerned should Northeast Ohioans be? Our viewers deserve answers, so I spoke with Jeremiah Byron from the Bigfoot Society podcast, who has been tracking this recent rash of sightings and speaking directly with several witnesses. Here's what he had to say.
Well, looking at the map, that's something I've been trying to figure out too. And I don't know if it means this is some kind of migration. There's people that have theorized maybe there's mating going on.
I will say,
Mating? It's Bigfoot mating season. That's crazy.
in this era of everyone has a phone in their pocket,
Why would Bigfoot mating season have anything to do with people seeing Bigfoots around? Are they like doing it in public or something? Like, oh my gosh, look, Behind the slide on the playground. It's two Bigfoot mating. I don't know if mating has anything to do with why people are seeing a quote-unquote Bigfoot.
Anybody able to grab a picture of any of these to send to you? Have you seen any actual evidence?
Solid question. So it is a very interesting age that we're living in because it's not only owning a phone, but it's also AI. So if I'm getting a photo, I am, which I've gotten at least one, but you do a reverse image search on Google for it. It's a photo that's been used before. That's a total fake. Most of these witnesses were not out looking for Bigfoot. They're out taking their dog out, or they're driving somewhere, or they're hiking. They're not expecting this, so they don't have their phones ready. And a lot of these encounters were anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds.
Well, Jeremiah told me that what makes this recent spate of local sightings so noteworthy is the unique concentration of the reports, both chronologically and geographically. He says that there has not been such an intense rash of Bigfoot encounters anywhere in the country since the late 1970s, you guys. Isn't that something, huh? And we are, like, isn't it amazing that we're one of the top 4 for this? Because you think about it, of course it makes sense in Oregon, or in Washington and California. Those are Pacific Northwest, huge wooded places. Then Florida, of course, 'cause it's so weird.
Right.
Of course that's number 3. But how does Ohio? Why do big feet or Bigfoots, depending on how you?
In Ohio, it's actually called the Grassman, in case you didn't know. It's called the Ohio Grassman. And he said number 3, of course, Florida, because Florida's weird. It's called the skunk ape in Florida. That's what they call Bigfoots in Florida, the skunk ape.
Define them.
How do you pluralize it?
How
Yeah.
do they? Why do they like us so much? What's wrong with Iowa?
Who doesn't like us so much?
Yeah, I just don't know.
There's that.
Have you ever had an encounter? Have you seen anything
She said, who doesn't like us so much? That was the rebuttal to that one.
like this?
Not yet.
No? Give it time.
When I
I'm
first-
always on the lookout, though.
Yeah.
When I first saw the video, if you just kind of glanced at it and glanced away, I thought, could that be hunters?
Right.
When you first saw the video, lady, are you talking about the Patterson-Gimlin footage that you played earlier in this that you thought it could have been AI? That was from the 1980s. She's never seen the footage before, maybe?
I mean, hunters out there in the
Yeah.
woods? Because that's where they are.
They do hang out in the woods typically. But, you know, again, we're just still waiting for that smoking gun, not from the Bigfoot hunters. Leave him alone. I mean, the smoking gun that proves that he's wandering around Ohio. Wouldn't it be cool if it were right here in our backyard? The missing link got discovered in 2026.
Would it be cool?
Would it be cool? Yes, of course it would be. It would be if they found. Imagine if they found proof of a Bigfoot, and it truly existed, and they found it in Ohio, and it was like this scientific discovery that changed the way humans like looked at life in general. I think that would be pretty wild for sure. This woman doesn't think so. I guess not.
Proves that he's wandering around Ohio. Wouldn't it be cool if it were right here in our backyard? The missing link got discovered in 2026.
Would it be cool?
I like science.
I don't know about that.
I'm all for the chaos. Bring it on.
This guy's like, I like science. That'd be cool. She's like, well, I don't know.
That could be a little sketch.
Thanks for
Oh, a little sketch.
the time, though, Jeremiah. Appreciate it. Also, stay safe out there, people.
Yeah, keep an eye out. All right. Well, thank you.
Alrighty. So yeah, there's the news report of the Bigfoot that's going on. Dave said I'm in the Northeast Ohio, but it's close to the lake. This area is south of me. Neil Baum says big feet have been sent from Canada to fight the Trump administration. That's hilarious, dude. Sent from Canada. Canadian troops dressed up as Bigfoot, maybe. Yeah, so like I said, it's kind of strange. Like they said in this, one of the things that they said correct in this was it's weird how there's like 8 sightings, like all in this general area. And the only reason why it wouldn't be weird is if all the people knew each other and they all planned it out. But if all the people didn't know each other, and I don't believe these people knew each other. And they all reported seeing a very similar thing moving through the woods, very tall. And they don't know what it is, but it's got to be something, assuming they don't all know each other and are just playing a joke. But it's got to be something, whether it's, you know, a rogue bear, you know, that's walking around on 2 feet or something crazy. That'd be wild. Just like running, it's just a bear running around. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's pretty wild. Here's a couple of videos. So this video here is from New York. I think maybe an hour away from New York, Poughkeepsie. There you go, in the Catskills. This video is from the Catskills in New York, near Poughkeepsie. And it's from 1997. And it looks like there's something walking in the background. You'll see it in a second here. And it looks like a smaller thing jumps off that thing's shoulders and jumps into the trees and starts swinging around. So it has to be like a primate of some sort. It's got to be some sort of primate. It could just be like a monkey or something. Some people say it could potentially be a baby Bigfoot.
This particular video, known as the New York baby footage, you see a few people in the foreground. They're talking around a campfire, and it's behind them that you see a large figure walking behind a tent, and something hops off its shoulder and then starts climbing up into the tree like an ape. It goes up into the tree, moves around very quickly, and at one point hangs from a branch with 2 arms and just swings there. It looks like it's playing.
There is no way that the figure in the tree is a small human being doing those amazing leaps and bounds. I've spent a lot of time around gymnastics in general. My ex-wife was a gymnastics instructor. I've seen it again and again. The best gymnasts in the world, they cannot duplicate what I've seen in that video. So what we have here is either a case of a pet ape or a Sasquatch, possibly an adult and a juvenile.
So yeah, I think that was the Finding Bigfoot team, who never ended up finding Bigfoot, but they investigated this this footage here. They investigated. They sent this guy Cliff Barrickman up into that tree. They went to the place and they sent Broski up into the tree and tried to have him like swing around like that to try to recreate it. He couldn't do it because obviously it's some sort of monkey. It seems to be like some sort of monkey. Ghillie suits, said Dave. Could be ghillie suits. But like I said, like the way in which that figure was swinging around in the trees, most likely a primate of some sort. We do have another video here of the elusive Sasquatch. This one here, I will say, I've tried my best to check out all the Bigfoot footage. And a lot of times it's just like this grainy, you know, dark figure that really could be anything. The footage I'm about to show you here is of a thermal camera, a thermal imager. And thermal imagers are something where if you're in the middle of the woods and you have it going, you know, and you're recording, it shows heat signatures. So if you're in the woods, like I said, and there's something behind a tree, you'll be able to see, you know, its arms or its shoulders or whatever, human, whatever it may be, anything that's warm-blooded, you'll be able to see in the woods or wherever you are with a FLIR. I believe FLIR is the brand, but it's a thermal imager. So I'll show you the footage right now of this footage of what they say is a Bigfoot. And before I play it, I just want to say the Finding Bigfoot team went to this location as well, this second video, and they tried to recreate this exact scenario, and they couldn't recreate it because the thing with thermal footage and FLIR is people say the costumes, oh, it's a costume. A costume doesn't give off heat, you know? So if you're wearing a costume, the thermal imager is going to be able to see through the costume because, like I said, the costume doesn't give off heat. So let's check out this footage real quick. This is the brown footage from Florida. This is a skunk ape, is what they call it here. Excuse me. Stacy Brown and his son, I believe. Slowed and zoomed. So it's behind a tree. And then it swings its arm and walks over to other trees. Cliff Barrickman getting free promo today. Hey now. Yeah, so basically, like I said, that footage there, that showed something large with long, lanky arms. And they tried, the Finding Bigfoot team went to that exact location, and they tried to recreate that. And the stride length, they couldn't replicate the stride length. The distance that figure covered in one stride it took the human in Finding Bigfoot like 3 strides to cover that same distance. So they came to the conclusion that unless it's completely fake, unless it's completely just like CGI or something, no, it couldn't have been a human, which is interesting to me. There's really no like clear cut evidence. You know, we showed the Patterson-Gimlin film that they showed in this.
Human-like figures, much like these, moving quickly through the woods. Now, no clear evidence has emerged to confirm the encounters, but the frequency has certainly grabbed an awful lot of attention online, not just here in Ohio, but even nationwide.
So yeah, that's the Robert Patterson and Bob Gimlin footage, like I said from earlier. I believe that there's AI models that are currently like analyzing that footage, and what the AI models have found is it's able to really zoom in. Like you can see that this footage is stabilized. Obviously, this is a photo in the background, and then the actual figure.
Here, witnesses say.
And even this is grainy, but AI's analysis of this footage is that it
Show you here. Witnesses say
there's moments in this footage where the muscle moves on the animal's leg as it hits the ground, and you can see its quad kind of like flexing.
Here, witnesses.
So there's moments right in here where you can actually see muscle flexing. And they've tried to recreate this with Hollywood, and they try to get the best costume people from Hollywood to see if they can recreate this. And they said that there's no way that they can have a bodysuit costume that also has moving muscles on the outside that are reactive to when your feet hit the ground. They weren't able to recreate it. So they really don't know what this is at the end of the day. Also, you see the bosoms on this thing, huh?
Say they
I believe her name was Patty. I believe they named this one Patty, the Bigfoot Patty. They called it a female because of the bosoms you can see there. So yeah, this one was in California. This is really one of the few, along with this one that I showed y'all. This one here, where people haven't been able to recreate it. And then same with this one too, with the monkey swinging up in the trees. Like, it's definitely something. It's definitely a primate of some sort, because a human cannot swing around the way in which that creature was swinging around in the trees. It's just impossible for a human to do, especially in Poughkeepsie. If it was in, some other country where they do that, there's definitely countries where they build tree houses and whatnot, and they're probably more able to swing around in trees like that. This was in Poughkeepsie. So probably a monkey, but we don't know. We don't know exactly what it is. And there's a few other videos here that are showing, the sounds are pretty cool. But as far as footage goes, those are really the best ones. There's a couple other ones here that are, can not easily be disproven, but you can easily say, oh, that's definitely just somebody in a costume. So I don't even know if it's worth the Mississippi skunk ape. Yeah, there's this one. You can see it stand up. I'll show you guys. So it's right here. You could see it right there in this swamp, and then you'll see it stand up here in a second. So yeah, this is classic Bigfoot footage here. This is, just a dark figure through some trees. You don't really know what it is. It could be somebody in a costume. The ones that I'm more interested in are more like the monkey swinging in the tree. Because is that a monkey? There's not supposed to be monkeys in Poughkeepsie. Like, what is that? And then the thermal footage one of the skunk ape in Florida, that they tried to recreate it. They couldn't recreate it. Obviously, that one we just played, it's like, okay, somebody could just be in a costume hanging out in the swamp. So Michael said, have you heard about the Andrew Dawson guy? Not Bigfoot, but he found some kind of giant on a mountain. Supposedly he went missing. He had a TikTok account too. I remember that guy. I remember that whole TikTok. It was a TikTok thing for a bit, wasn't it? Andrew Dawson. I remember going through his account. He was like he was finding these giants, and supposedly like he went missing, like you said. And I think people reached out to him, and it turns out he was just like quote unquote joking the whole time. Obviously we don't know if he was actually joking or what, but I don't know how much actual legit footage that he's gotten. Oh wow, said Michael. Yeah, yeah. I remember that when that happened though. That was maybe 4 years ago. That was like when I was first starting out on TikTok. Yeah. So that's really the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about today was the 8 Bigfoot sightings in Ohio. Because it's rare. It's super rare for that to happen. I think it's been like 60 plus years since there's been that concentrated amount of Bigfoot sightings in a certain area. It just doesn't happen. Excuse me. So I figured it would be something cool to talk about. And how cool would it be if it actually existed? If Bigfoot actually existed, it would make me so happy. It would make me so happy. Only because there's so many people who are like, it definitely doesn't exist, dude. It 100% doesn't exist, and I know for a fact. It's the same with people who say that aliens don't exist, 100% without a fact, or without a doubt. It's like, really? Do we know? Do we know that aliens don't exist? Because that's what we were told when we were kids, that aliens definitely don't exist. But now all of a sudden our government is like, well, maybe they do exist. I hope they find Bigfoot, dude, because that would throw a monkey into everybody's wrench. And that would be great. That'd be awesome. So yeah, that's as far as the war in Iran goes, it's the same shit. It's the same garbage that they've been feeding us, the same slop. You know, there's been a couple of terrorist attacks here on U.S. soil, you know, and of course they scream Allah, Allah Akbar or whatever, and then they do something horrible. And I believe Donald Trump is like, oh yeah, the war, we've decimated them. The war is completely over. And meanwhile, Iran has full control of the Strait of Hormuz. We have zero control in the Strait of Hormuz, and Donald Trump's like, we've decimated them. They're donezo. It's like, well, doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. I do believe that our government came out and admitted to bombing all those little girls at the children's elementary school in Iran. I think that they were like, yeah, that was us, but we just didn't know. So, whoopsie. I think that's what they said. I could be wrong about that, but I'm 99.9% sure. They've concluded their investigations. And they were like, yeah, well, we thought it was a military thing because like 10, 15 years ago, like I think it was a military thing. Happens to be a elementary school now. We didn't get the update, so we just bombed the shit out of it without double checking. Whoops. But we're decimating them. We're decimating them, apparently. That's these are the lies that we're told when we go to war. Not looking good. Not looking good, in my personal opinion. Do I have anything else here? I think I did in bookmarks. Let me check my bookmarks. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Candace Owens Show. Let's see what's new with Candace. Or should I say Cadence? She's reading off the teleprompter here, and she accidentally continues to read off the teleprompter, realizing that she made the mistake. And says, whoops, that was supposed to be for me. And the only reason why I'm even talking about this is because she tells people that she doesn't. She's like, what do you think? I read off a teleprompter? What do you think? I read off a script? This is all off the dome, baby. And it's clear that she reads off a teleprompter because the amount of times that she has mispronounced words that she's clearly trying to read. And there's the whole Twitter account, Candace Owens trying to read, and she has a lot of trouble with it. So the fact that she's like, I don't speak off a teleprompter, I don't read, it's like, well, let's check the video.
Crossman, the president of this organization, but also with the representatives of the Antonio Placement Center. Okay. She says, truly thank you to the many Romanians who sent, I'm sorry, that's me. So like I said, you guys, thank you very much for sending me all of those articles. And
Whoops, I wasn't supposed to read that part. That was supposed to be for me. Whoops. Some people are saying, like, why is this? I'm Ron Burgundy.
You stay classy, San Diego. I'm Ron Burgundy?
Damn it! I'm Ron Burgundy? Someone said, this isn't news. Literally all your favorite channels use them. It's like I said, it's only news because of how adamant she was about telling people that she doesn't read off a teleprompter. This was the Bigfoot. This is the Bigfoot Society. This was the guy. This was the guy that we saw did the interview with those news people. This is the image that they used as well. So this person's reporting on everything Bigfoot related. I don't have the patience to go through that right now. But yeah, I got to unbookmark those. This was from last show. If you did not see last show, we talked about why potentially Charlie Kirk was taken out, and it could have a lot to do with his stance on not going to war in Iran, because that was a big thing Charlie was all about, was war in Iran. No thank you. No thank you. Excuse me. All right, so yeah, I think we I believe we covered that. This right here is a little concerning. They're predicting that like roughly 50% of white collar jobs will be gone in, I think, 12 months. Polymarket here says breaking. New startup Rent-A-Human allows AI agents to rent humans to perform tasks they cannot physically perform themselves. That's quite concerning. That's wildly concerning. That's funny. We're here to replace you. They're just all on their phones. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think Sam Bankman-Altman, what's his name? Sam Bankman-Altman was saying that in the future, AI in the form of like information will be like a utility. Like you'll pay it as if it's like your gas or your electric, and then you'll have your information bill. I think that's what they're going to try to do with that, because it takes energy to use AI. So they're going to have to come up with something where they can actually, get their money for it. I think I pay $20 a month for ChatGPT, and I can make like unlimited shit. So, man, is there anything else going on Twitter? Anything else going on this weekend? Today's Friday. Y'all have any good plans for the weekend? I'm chilling, I think. I might do some reviews Sunday, potentially. I think Sunday might be the next day I'm recording. Pentagon. Oh, here you go. 2 hours ago, Pentagon deploys 2,500 Marines to Middle East amid Iran conflict. Would this be boots on the ground? Can we call it a war now, technically? Because like before, our government refused to call it a war. They were like, no, it's just like a little, a bippity boopity bop thing, like a little Mickey Mouse, Disney Channel, Disney. Everything's good. There's nothing wrong. No war. There is no war. Epstein files? What are you, nuts? What are you, insane? There's no war. The sooner David Ellison takes over the network, the better. We talked about the Ellison family and their takeover of media. I think that was maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago. But what is bro saying?
Or more fake news from CNN. Reports that the Trump administration underestimated the Iran war's impact on the Strait of Hormuz. Patently ridiculous, of course. For decades, Iran has threatened shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. This is always what they do, hold the strait hostage. CNN doesn't think we thought of that. It's a fundamentally unserious report. The sooner David Ellison takes over that network, the better.
Huh. The sooner David Ellison takes over the network, the better. All the comments are like they're saying out loud that they need more pro-war propaganda. Yeah, this encapsulates it perfectly here. Billionaire Larry Ellison says a vast AI-fueled surveillance system can ensure citizens will be on their best behavior. All this under the same umbrella, pushing the same ideas. I thought we were supposed to be like against monopolies, dude. I guess we're only against monopolies unless it benefits the American government. That's what it seems like. Wow. Anything else going on? Anything else? Let me check the chat. I haven't checked the chat in a minute here. Neil Baum said, so there will be jobs where one's boss is an AI robot. What do you tell your friends if your AI boss fires you? That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest. That'd be a little embarrassing. That would be crazy. I'm going to wrap it up here today. Today's Friday, March 13th, 2:30 in the afternoon. I will be back here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. Have a great Friday. Mackenzie, you want to say goodbye, buddy? Or are you sleeping? She is knocked out. I don't blame her. The lazy Friday. Not lazy. We still got work done. Couple reviews. Probably Pizza Hut's going to come out today. So if you don't follow, head over to Nick Metcalf on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I'm out here, folks. We're out here. Thanks so much for being here. Michael Hartson, Neil Baum, Dave X54, Christy, Dontrell Ferguson. I appreciate y'all. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Peace out.